paleontology as a science. So shall we start? Welcome to my channel, Professor Sahni.
Thanks for inviting me.
The first question is, what is paleontology?
Well, it's the scientific study of past animals, plants, and microbes and how they behaved. And that's done by looking at fossils. Fossils are the remains of these past animals, plants, and microbes. So by studying fossils, you can get a lot of information. And paleontology basically is about getting all kinds of information through fossils. How they lived, what they ate, how they died, how they were buried. So all this comes under what is paleontology.
Do you think paleontology is a dance science? If yes, why?
Not really. It's alive and kicking in some parts of the world. In Europe, it's doing very well. In Canada and America, it's doing very well. But in Asian countries, it's not doing that well. I think the reason is that it doesn't get you many jobs. And so if you're a person working on computers, you'd probably get a job. But if you're looking at fossils, it'll be harder for you to get a job. And therefore, in that sense, people don't take paleontology, even though they're very interested in it.
When did you decide to become a paleontologist?
I think ever since I can remember when I was your age, my father was a paleontologist, my uncle was a paleobotanist. He studied fossil plants. My father studied fossil animals. So when I grew up, the whole house was full of fossils, and every summer we'd go to the hills and collect and collect and collect. So for me, becoming a paleontologist was very, very easy.
But for me, it's not so easy. What do we need to become a paleontologist?
Well, firstly, you need a degree, a MSc degree, and preferably a PhD degree in geology. So you can study both the rocks and the animals and plants and other material buried in the rock. You need a degree. You need a university degree, a BSc, an MSc, and then if you want a job, then a PhD degree. And then you can become a paleontologist.
What do you love most about dinosaurs?
I think they're really interesting group. They evolved after a terrible extinction event. They evolved something like 225 million years ago, and they lasted about 140 million years. So during that time, there was mind-boggling diversity of dinosaurs. Large dinosaurs, small dinosaurs, dinosaurs with feathers, dinosaurs that ate eggs, dinosaurs that ate fish, and they had cousins and relations. Pterosaurs that flew in the air, mosasaurs that swam in the ocean. Really diverse. It was the time of reptiles.
Wow, it is interesting. So interesting. Share a memorable experience with the dinosaur fossil.
I'll tell you a real story. So I was asked to set up a museum on dinosaurs in Chandigarh. Chandigarh is where I lived for about 30 years. And we wanted a skull, a skull of Tyrannosaurus rex. So my students and I made a small clay sample of the T-Rex skull and gave it to a company that made models for medical students. So this company then made our Tyrannosaurus skull, and it was shipping it back to the museum when it was stopped on the road by policemen. And they said, "Why are you taking a real T-Rex skull? You can't do that." And they took the skull from the truck where it was being transported, and they took it to the medical authorities. And the medical authorities had never seen something like this. 1 meter, slightly more than a meter skull. So they broke it up. And when they broke it up, they found that it was made of fiberglass. And then they shipped it back to the firm company, and the company had to make another one for us. So that's really interesting. That's a real story.
In World Science Day, what will you advise young would-be scientists?
They should follow their dreams. That's very easy to answer that question. If you are interested in paleontology, you're interested in the stars, or you're interested in biology, whatever you're interested in, science knows no boundaries. You should pursue it, and one day you'll get there. So that's my advice to all uh, kids on World Science Day, that follow your dreams. One day they'll come true.
Thank you, Professor, for your time.
Anytime.
Bye! So that was Professor Sahni. If you are interested in science, then please follow your dreams. If you liked this episode, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. See you next week. Bye bye everyone.